drilled a hole for the flick switch now. I'm going to mount this with the terminals this side so all my wiring is on the same side. And just have the switch underneath, but I can normally just leave the switch on, switch the radio on and it should feed. So I think we'll put the wire in that way. I think then I can have the coax coming up through here. Then that can go into these two, and then I can have the RX and the common coming across to there and going in there. It should work quite well. The connector's now in, the switch is now fitted. I've decided to leave these bolts because it sort of gives it like a little bit of stability when it's standing up, because I've got this poking out, so I might as well have the bolts there as well. When it goes in, it's not going to be hitting anything. If it does, I'll just jack the rig up because it's not going to be fitted all the time. So also, off camera, I've taken out this and I've soldered in some wires inside here. I tried to get different coloured ones because I want to ensure that they're then identifiable. So now comes the fun part of trying to thread these back through the top of the board. I'll have to do them one at a time, I think. So that's the yellow one through. White one. Hoping that I can get these all through. Out. Looks like it might be a bit tight. I'll have to do this off camera. Managed to get the leads through, put the connector back on. So what we'll do now is we'll carefully route these round here. So the black one is going to have to go in here as that's a bit shorter. Red one, yellow one, and white one. Oh, actually the yellow is the longest, so we'll have that in there. So we'll do the yellow first. So I've got to tin the end of these and then we'll fit them into here. Get these all wired in. So they should hopefully be nicely going in like so. And then we're good to go. Right, let me get these trimmed and in. Try and keep it as tidy as possible, but I'm not going to be using it all the time, so it doesn't really matter. Some people are quite anal about how good their test equipment looks, but at the end of the day, providing it's wired in, it's got a connection, I don't really bother. At the end of the day, it's for me to use, and if it works, it works. I don't care what it looks like. I'm just going to be using this for a few minutes, then it's done. Right, so the mic's now wired up. I've now got to work out on the Royce which is TX and which is common, which I shall go and do. Then I shall number these up in according number to on the end here, because the pins here are numbered 1, 2, 3 and 4. I know what I didn't do. I didn't work out which coloured wire goes to which pin. I need to do that, and then I've got a little felt tip pen and I'm going to write the corresponding numbers along the bottom here, so I've always got them. But I'm going to open this back up again now, work out which wire's which number. Right, well I've wired up the audio and that's not actually too bad. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I've now got to potentially wire in from the common to the switch back to the TX. Then when we flick it, it should transmit. So that's got to be this one and this one. So I've got 2 more connections to make on there. So I've got to go back in there, unfortunately. But yeah, it's coming together quite nicely. I'm quite pleased with this so far. Doesn't actually look too bad. Then I can just take that, plug it in. We're ready to go. Flick the switch into transmit and do it. So the next thing is, let me get the switch wired up. Right, so the switch is all wired up. There's the finished item, so we plug it in. Plug that via one of these phono connectors I've brought into here. Goes in the side of the unit. Turn it on with the 1600 and 1850 and we can set the level and then it should work. But the last thing to do, these switches do not like the heat from the soldering iron. I've brought a pack of 5 now and I've got through all 5 and I think I've only used 2 switches. I've just broken another one just simply by trying to heat up the pins, so they're a load of rubbish, so I won't be using them again. But let me just check for continuity on the switch. You'll hear a beep if we've got it. So there's nothing there. That switch isn't on. So we turn the switch on, go across these 2 terminals, continuity, go to the centre, should be off, back on. Right, and then this is going down to the yellow and the red, which is the common. Should be, yep, across the 2 pins there. Turn it off. Right, so that's working. So I think I'll leave it there for today. That's a nice afternoon's, Saturday afternoon's job. I'll just try one of my phono pins just to see how that works in the oscillator. So that goes in there. Then that will plug into there. So we'll leave it there. It's been a nice afternoon's work, and we've got our board ready. I'll put some pictures up now in the closing credits. In the next video, I'll get a battery for in here. We'll connect this up to the radio and the oscilloscope, and we'll see if we can get the thing working and see how the modulation on the Royce looks.